Hi everyone, it is Kim from the Nerd Element, and I am going to review for you today Divergent. Now, Divergent is a movie based on the book written by Veronica Roth, and weird fact, I think she was around 21 when she wrote it, so I wish I was doing that when I was 21. Oh, failure! No, I'm just kidding. So the movie is basically it's like after an apocalyptic event on Earth, and humans are divided into 5 fractions and to better keep the peace. So you've got Abic Nation, which are your government people, because they're selfless. They put people before themselves. They're in charge of helping out the fractionless, which are people that don't fit into one of these categories or have failed out of one of those categories. So they're like our homeless. You've got Erudite, who are the knowledge seekers, value knowledge above everything else. You've got Candor. They cannot tell a lie. And even times when they should, they just won't lie. So I imagine they'd be like the judges, and the lawyers and whatnot. You've got Amity, who are pretty much hippies. They are farmers. They're agriculture people, and they value peace above everything else. And then you've got Dauntless. Those are the soldiers, the policemen, the very brave people that like to keep order physically. This movie is based around this system. At 16, you have a test that should tell you what system you would fit into. Now, it doesn't matter what the results say on the test, you are able to pick whatever you want to. But there is a thing called Divergent, and it's when you test into more than one category. People will come looking for you because you don't fit into a category, you cannot be controlled, so they typically kill Divergent. And Triss, the main character, played by Shailene Woodley, is Divergent, so she has to hide that. So this whole movie is about basically her going through the whole Dauntless process. And I read the book, so I was kind of disappointed in this movie, I won't lie. There are things where I believe they cut corners, and I understand character development. You guys know I'm big in character development. I know that you can't do that because you can't have a 5-hour movie. I get that. I just feel like you don't have any attachment to any of these characters that were so big in the book, like Al, Christine, Peter. I mean, I can tell you right now, even if you've seen the movie, you probably don't even know who Molly is, which is insane to me. Peter, I really hated in the book. He's played by Miles Teller in this movie, who is a very good actor. But he's just, I don't feel like he was utilized enough. You see him in the movie and you're like, oh, that guy's a jerk. But in the book, you're like, I want to strangle that guy. Christine, they were best friends in the book. So she's played by Zoe Kravitz. I mean, you could tell they're friends, but you don't really, I don't know, you don't really care about that relationship. So it's just kind of, I don't know, I felt like they cut corners, and I think they toned it down a lot too. Maybe it's so they could make this movie for kids or teenagers, and they wanted to just tone it down so it would get a decent rating. I don't know, but I feel like a lot of that, because of it, made the movie suffer because you don't develop the relationships with the different characters like you should. Theo James plays Four, who is the kind of love interest for Triss. He is a teacher at Dauntless, a trainer. I didn't really believe their chemistry, and I think the reason why I didn't believe their chemistry, and don't get me wrong, like they played the parts that they were given really well. Theo James is supposed to be like a real stiff soldier, doesn't smile, blah, blah, brooding. He plays that well, perfectly. Where I think it's the chemistry that's messed up. I don't think it has to do with the actors. I think it has to do with the writing. There is a specific scene at the pit where he comes up to her during their free time, and they talk. They could have given that scene a lot more justice in the book. And for those of you who read the book, you'll know what they cut out, and that helps you understand the fact that he is struggling with how he feels about her, and the fact that he's a teacher and he's supposed to be, straight-faced and yada yada yada. So you can kind of you can tell that from the book. You can't tell that from the movie. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like I said, I read the book. I didn't really like the movie. If you didn't read the book, you might very well like the movie because there are a lot of good things that they did in the movie. The world that they built for the different fractions. Now you get to see Abic Nation, which is a lot like I imagined it to be when I was reading it, so I was really happy with that. You can see where they live and how it is very plain because they're selfless. You get to, I don't think you see Amity really, but maybe if they make a second movie you will. Dauntless you see the most because that's where most of the action takes place. So that was really interesting. It's kind of different than I imagined it, but I think it's along the same lines, and so I really enjoyed seeing that as well. You get to kind of see how Dauntless handles certain things and a lot of the crazy stuff that they do just to say, hey, I'm brave, and I think that is enjoyable as well. So Kate Winslet, isn't it? Kate Winslet's a great actress. She plays the main villain, I guess, in this movie, Janine. She's one of the leaders of Erudite. Kate Winslet's a good actress. Of course, she did a great job. So, I mean, that's basically it, guys. I guess I would say if you read the book, maybe you don't want to go spend $15 to see this movie. Maybe you want to wait until it comes out on DVD. If you didn't read the book, go see it. You'll probably enjoy it because you're not really comparing it to anything. Alright guys, next time I see you, it'll be Captain America time, so I will see you in a week or two. Bye!